One of the first people that they mentioned in the New York Times article about transplants skipping people is Marcus. Marcus is a 15-year-old kid who uh, was on dialysis for nearly a decade, and it was always very challenging for him to get uh, a transplant because he had a high antibody count. The antibodies are things that are in the human body that will attack foreign things that aren't supposed to be there, mostly a transplant. Now, let me be clear, it was not the doctor's call to give his transplant away. All the doctors and the surgeons do is facilitate the surgery to put the transplant in. But like they themselves on that level don't have anything to do with the transplant being given away. That was a call by the transplant center. And evidently it is commonly done. This is like a common occurrence with transplant centers where they routinely just ignore the transplant list. It's something called open offers. So a kidney can survive outside the body for X amount of hours. But what transplant centers do now is they accelerate that time and they shorten that time down further and further to the point where they have to get the kidney or the organ, whatever organ, inside a human body as fast as possible. So to as a workaround, they do something called an open offer. So they say, hey, listen, we got to get this into somebody right away because we don't have any time. If we don't, we'll waste the kidney. So we're going to put an open offer on it and we can give it to anybody on our transplant list. And that's what they did with Marcus's kidney. They opened offer the kidney that was supposed to go to him, even though he was a special priority case, right? Because Marcus has developmental issues. He's had them since he was 5 years old, which I'm assuming led to his kidney disease in the first place. So as a result, early on in his life, he had to get on dialysis. And his mother stated in the article that he couldn't do dialysis forever. And this might have been his last hope. But here's the thing. That kidney that he was supposed to get was perfect for him. Absolutely perfect. It's a perfect match, which was rare for him. So they gave his kidney away. Then eventually they found a new one, but it wasn't as good as the one that he lost. They gave him a lower quality kidney. Now, mind you, Marcus is a black kid. He's a black kid with developmental issues. So they gave him a lower quality kidney, and that kidney didn't work as well as the kidney that he would have gotten, which means that he has a kidney that doesn't work, yet still is keeping him on dialysis. And it's just not fair. It's not fair. You know, his mom was saying in the article, why does Marcus not deserve this? Why does this person who got his kidney, who was in his 40s, who was like 3,357th place behind him, get it and he doesn't? Oh, and I'll touch on this briefly because I want to talk about this in a longer forum. But when you start skipping patients, what that does is that creates a bigger disparity. And most of those patients that get skipped are minorities, primarily black patients. So those kidneys go to whites, Asians, men, college graduates, all of these people that I've stated before that transplant consider to have futures who are healthier. So that's it. This kid just gets screwed. He gets a lower quality kidney, and who's to blame for this? Who's supposed to be responsible for this? Evidently, UNOS knows all of this. But with UNOS, they have so many transplants under their umbrella, they can't watch everybody. So things fall through the cracks, and transplant centers have carte blanche, complete autonomy to do whatever they want, make whatever rules that they want to make. I live in California, right? I was on the UC Davis transplant list, which I have been recently removed, and I'm on CPMC. They draw from the same transplant pool, right? But both of those centers have different rules, despite the fact that they're at least 2.5 hours away from each other. So they can make whatever rules they want to make on anybody at any time.